Outside of just driving or racing in racing games, have you ever wondered what non-racing things there is to do in some of these games? That's what I'll be showcasing today. Starting it off with a pretty cool thing you can do in one of the Genki games. In Kaido Battle 2, as you battle rivals, you will get rewards like money, car parts, but a peculiar one that you can get is sound packs as rewards. Now you might be asking yourself, what's the point of sound packs? What are you meant to do with them? Well, the game lets you use them to make your very own music. An actual music creator hidden away in this game, and the music that you make you can select to play during the actual race events. The song that you've been hearing for this segment has been made through this creator tool from Fastminer. You can also play these songs in the main menu while reading the wacky and interesting bios that the drivers have. One thing that I love about this series is how in-depth each character is, what they do, how they got into racing, and etc. Sometimes they do overshare though. This guy used to be such a shut-in that he'd only go out to battle on the highway and to buy his favorite fried chicken at the convenience store. But now he's getting over his antisocial tendencies. He still doesn't have any March drivers, for real, for real. Tofu Maniac. He changed his hairstyle. He knows all the rules for trending games like darts. He's got a good karaoke voice. He goes to parties to improve his social skills. But he still can't impress the girls. No bitches. Back in the heyday of SUVs, Suga thought several times about buying a van or a minivan to impress the ladies. How is a van gonna impress a lady? He still doesn't have a girlfriend. Fucking Christ, man, we can't play this game for fucking 10 minutes without talking about women.
Stop it. Get some help.
Modellista had a unique thing you can do with replays. If you save a replay, you go to the VJ section and you can add audio and visual effects to the replay and turn it into like a highlight reel. This version of the game's intro is, to my knowledge, wholly made with this feature. Unlike the US tuner version of the intro, which while it features some of the effects from the VJ, it's a lot more edited wholesale. How about things that force us to get out of racing for a short moment and into something else? It's QuickTime events, baby! NFS The Run is still to this day the only Need for Speed to include any form of QuickTime events. There's only a few of them and they are really quick to do, but it is a nice change of pace from the usual driving. But if dodging the mafia or escaping sudden death seems boring to you, how about going out and talking to a woman?
Hey, I like my men fast. You think you got what I need, baby?
I do have what you need.
Sweet!
Sweet! Oh, the warehouse. There it is. Switch cars and check out your girlfriend's videos. Oh, no. I still don't get why they literally locked the girlfriends in here, man. We already have 2. 11 out of 10 idea was to put women in the warehouse, man. Like, out of all the places, man, a fancy hotel or whatever, they just store them in a warehouse. There's no food here. There's no heating. They're probably cold as fuck, man. They're probably gonna get sick. Locked in my basement. FBI agent, please don't arrest him. He's not actually kidnapping women into a warehouse. Please leave him be. But Street Racing Syndicate wasn't the only game that lets you have girlfriends in games. Kaido Battle 2 tried it as well with the lover system.
You've won another car part? Do you have any unwanted car parts? I'll take them all. There are no drivers who can win so many in just a matter of one day. It's so supernatural. You've got a new car in gambling battle? Give me a ride when you have time. Let's celebrate for getting car parts. No separate checks. It's on Dove. It's getting hot over here. It'll take me a month to win 9 times.
Women.
But for women, you need money. And what's the best way to earn money in racing games? Playing the actual events and earning money through them? Nah. It's Gamba time, baby!
Here it is. There's the magic moment.
Test Drive Unlimited was always known for its social aspects. One of those was the ability to actually go to the casino island and gamble away on slot machines, poker, blackjack, and etc. Not only that, but he also had the chance to take away a prize car in the form of the R8. But apart from this, there were also other things TDU brought to the table. Character customization wasn't that common back in the 2000s, and with TDU, it gave you the option to choose who you want to be and dress them up with random outfits from the stores that you come across, something that Forza Horizon would introduce with their games later on. And most importantly, the houses. Being able to not just buy any property, but also customize it to your liking, decorating the furniture, the floor, walls, even the pictures themselves. This customization can also be done in other games, such as Modellista, being able to add all kinds of stuff into your garage. RBC1GP also lets you choose a different layout for your garage. Project Gotham Racing lets you fully explore the garage, and not just that, these garages here had actual arcade machines that you can play on, like Geometry Wars. The Choro Q games have a bunch of different mini games that you can do outside of the normal race events. You get to pretend you are Adrian Newey in a wind tunnel mini game, trying to survive in a haunted house, do some more gambling. There are even more mini games than the ones I mentioned, so check it out for yourself. And if you haven't played these games, a friendly reminder that you should try them because these games are actually goated. You know what's also goated? Vehicular manslaughter. Apart from racing in the Burnout games, the other half of the game consisted of the Crash mode, where your goal is to be an absolute terrorist and cause as much mayhem as possible. The entirety of the Carnage mode and Flatout can be added to this list, as it has a lot of different events you can participate in, such as basketball to show off your inner LeBron James, bowling,
Nice car.
football, darts, and etc. But if sports side games tire you out, how about pleasuring your murderous tendencies in Trailout's zombie mode? For some reason, they added a full-on zombie game in an update to Trailout. You have 5 bosses that you have to take out while you also try to stay alive, pretty much turning this game from a racing game into a shooter one. It is definitely something you don't see on a regular basis, but it's actually a lot of fun, and I recommend you to try it out. Apart from the racing in Gran Turismo 7, the game has a museum in it full of historical and cultural events that took place in the past. If you couldn't be bothered listening to your history teacher, then this might give you some new info of the events from the past. The photo mode starting in Gran Turismo 4, not just because you got to pose your cars for neat pictures, but specifically that you could save pictures to a USB drive or even print them off straight from the PS2. It was a great way to set up real cool backgrounds and pictures at a time when most people didn't have Photoshop. In a pre-Wi-Fi, pre-smartphone era, printing off your pictures or saving them to a thumb drive was one of the earliest ways to show off the best cars in your garage to others. Trials Fusion had a little side activity you can trigger as an Easter egg, playing tennis against a penguin. A few years ago, I played Ferrari the Race Experience for this video. The game was kinda mid. However, it had something interesting to do on the side. Yeah, this game has a game within it revolving around a Ferrari-themed trading card game. Surprisingly, this card game mechanic is probably the best thing available in this game, and I am not even joking on that statement. I actually spent all my time in this card game mode because majority of the other game was fucking boring. The rules of the game itself is pretty basic. You and the AI opponent draw a random card featuring Ferrari cars, and then you pick a category to bet on if your card is better than the opponent or not. If it's the opponent's turn to choose, then you'll see their card immediately, but they will pick randomly, or they'll keep winning 5 or 6 times in a row. You keep doing this until someone loses all of their cards. Plus, this card game also doubles as a way of teaching players of the Ferrari legacy, with so many cars and their stats shown for the minigame itself. But one game I believe belongs in this type of video is Cut to Be Tuned by Genki for the PS1. The game is more of a living simulator. You have to manage your energy, work, and earn money for your car and girlfriend, date your girlfriend, try and keep her happy, and then go on track days to actually race your car, and you do this over multiple years. Now there might be some things that I probably missed out on, such as F1 Life, but from what I've seen on Reddit, this is probably the most useless thing that an F1 game ever had.
The person who thought, yeah, this is a great idea, were they like on acid? Were they on stuff? Did they smoke the good?
So if I missed anything extra that seemed actually interesting to showcase, feel free to mention in the comments down below. Thank you to all the patrons and YouTube members for supporting the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.